Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got this wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. Well, looks like we're getting ready to paint. Yes, I've still got a few more things to do. Momi's still working on sanding the baseboard. We took simple green on there. First I vacuumed the top edge off, then sanded. We sanded that. No, first I vacuumed off the top edge to get lots of the dust. Then simple greened it. And then is a cleaner. And then wiped it all down, let it dry, and then etched it with the sandpaper on the top edge, and then used my sanding paddle. Look at that little plastic paddle. You get sandpaper pieces on here. See, it's basically for drywall, plaster, and you put it on a sanding pole, or you put it on a little paddle hand sander here. And I got 100 grit, and they have different grits at the store, but 100 seems to be okay. And so she's still working on that, and while she's working on that, I've been working on these doors. Yes, I've taken all the doors off. I've stacked them up here, and I'm actually setting them up. I'm gonna set them up in the garage. Make sure that's unlocked. I had some of them set up here yesterday, and I was a sanding fool yesterday, and I only got a handful of doors done because I put simple green on them. I cleaned them first and got all the grease and smudge marks off and all that kind of stuff. And these, five doors, and the bifold doors. These two here I did, so I still got 5 left. And you're in luck. I'm going to make a video of that. I'm going to include that, how to sand a door and how to prep a door. And see, you can see the marks on here. This is all nicely cleaned, all sanded on the edges even, and on the top edge, the bottom edge, all that kind of stuff. And then I put simple green on them first, cleaned everything, let them dry, wiped them all off, and then let them dry, and then I sanded them. And it takes a little bit of time to do that. And these particular raised panel doors are smooth. They're not that fake wood grain. If it was fake wood grain, I wouldn't have had to have sanded it as much, because all those wood grains, it's going to make the new paint stick on it. Well, I want to make sure that the new paint sticks on these really good, and that's why I wanted to prep them. It's all in the prep, baby. If you notice this handrail too, hey Joe, what are you going to do with that? Are you going to paint that in place? Of course I'm not. I'm going to take that down. I haven't taken it down just yet, and we're going to replace these with the brushed chrome ones. If they don't have the nickel, I doubt if they'll have the nickel color, but brushed chrome will look fine. And they have these at the store, so that's another thing I'm going to have to take to the hardware store so I can get some more of these. And then I'll take this out. After I get the doors all done, once I take that out, I'll put that in the garage, and then I can sand it, I can prep it, I can wipe it down. There's a couple little marks on it that I'm going to fix. And I'm not going to just put caulking over that. I'm going to get some wood putty and then sand it, do a good job with it, prime it, and all that kind of stuff. That's the last thing I want, is to see any imperfections on a smooth handrail or anything like that. Then I can flip this upside down. I can paint the back side, because see, when you put your hand on there, you're gonna feel the edge too. So make sure the bottom edge is all nice and smooth too, and get it nicely pre-finished, and paint it to the best of your ability on that as well. Okay. And then after you get it installed, worst case scenario, if you have to touch up anything, you can do it after you get it in place. But try to get it all before you put it back up there. See, I can see some imperfections here. some scratch marks when I get my water putty. I'm gonna use Bull Durham's. It's just called Durham's Rock Hard Water Putty, and I'm gonna use that for my putty. I think you don't have to use that, but you can get a whole can of that for really cheap, and it sands down really good and it paints up good. If you don't want to use regular wood dough, but I would not caulk these. If you caulk that, there's no way you're going to get it perfect, and then it's going to dimple, and then you're going to see the outside edges of the caulking. You won't be able to sand the caulking. There's a time and place for caulking. Okay, remember that. I'm just getting ready to paint these doors, and I'm gonna set them all up out here. I'm not ready to paint them exactly just yet. I still have to sand. I've already cleaned the doors. I've done some other stuff to the doors, and now I'm ready to sand those doors. But and I'm going to set them all out here. But the interesting question is, what happens with this door? This is the door that goes from the condo out into the garage, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to set it up just like these others. And when I do that, then obviously this area is not going to be lockable, and that's okay. But if you're in the winter and if it's really super cold, you might start thinking about it. Maybe you want to paint this one in place. Now, initially I was thinking I was going to paint this in place. I don't really want to paint this in place because then I have to paint around the hinge and trying to paint in here and get this all careful. This all needs to be cleaned and stuff. See how I took this hinge off? See how I still got all the black junk around there? And it's going to be in the high 50s for the next 3 or 4 days. So one of the other things I'm deciding right now is I'm going to take this door down, and I'm going to prep it I'm going to clean and prep it just like all these other ones, and I'm going to leave it out here. I'm going to also take the door shoe off it. Okay? See, that's called a door shoe. And it's got weather stripping on the bottom, but you know what? The weather stripping piece is gone. I didn't even know that. Now I do. And when I take this off, I'm going to take this to the store with me. Okay? And then I can make sure, I think I can buy just an individual piece that folds in there, that fits into that. And if I can't, maybe I get a different door shoe. Because what I want to do is when this door is closed, I want to get it adjusted so that it sets right down on top of this threshold. And you can see right now, see that gap? And I can feel the cold air coming in. No wonder I could feel it before. That's because it's not down there, is it? And so that's another thing I'm going to put on my list. Now, I haven't taken this door off yet because I hadn't decided, but I'm going to decide now. I'm probably going to be painting these tomorrow or the next day. And initially after we got this condo, I changed the locks and also changed the lock to the front door and stuff. And I also did this here just for security in case the garage door, somebody had the garage door opener and they wanted to come in here, you know, the last tenant or somebody else by accident, or this garage door just goes up or something. It just gives a little bit more security. Well, I'm pretty much done with that, and we're going to be changing all this hardware to something different anyways. But here's the thing. Once I take this door off and get it ready to be painted, the cold, because we're in the winter, is coming from the garage right inside the condo, okay? Worst case scenario, hey, if it's cold in here for a day as I'm painting these doors, so let it be, right? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do with this door. And when I get ready to paint the door frame, this will probably be one of the first ones I wanna paint, right? So that I can get this door back installed. And after I paint this door, I'm going to have to let it set for 2 or 3 days to let it cure. Because the last thing I want is to get the door back installed and have it not cured underneath the new paint for when I put new doorknobs on. Now what I could do is, this is something that's going to have to go on my list to get at the store. I've got to get new self-closing hinges, the top and bottom one, and then I'll get a new one, a regular hinge for the middle. And so when I get ready to put this door back up, okay, I'll let it dry for probably 2 days. Then all I have to do is put the hinges on, right? And then I can gently set it on there and make sure my finger marks don't get on this door. And then I'll just have to leave the door handles, the door handle and the deadbolt off for another 3 or 4 days, because I want to let this cure all the way. The last thing you want to do is paint doors, put them up the very next day, and then on that same day put your hardware back on it. Put all your hinges on, put your strike plates on, put your doorknob on, put your deadbolt on, because the next time you get ready to take your doorknob off, guess what? It's stuck right onto the door. Or you try to pop off your latch or your strike plate because you're going to replace it, and you try to take it off and it rips the paint and the wood off because there's paint on the back side of this that got stuck on here. You know what I mean? And then see, the other thing is, this one, because it goes out into the garage, it's got the seal on there. And this is just a rubber type seal, and there's a groove on the side of this door jamb. And they usually do that for exterior doors nowadays. Years ago, they didn't do that. So I'm gonna pull this back. You can do that with the putty knife. Look at my fingers, just from touching this door a little bit. I've got to get it clean, sanded, and all that kind of stuff. See, it's just from all this stuff that comes off of here. Okay, you really want to paint over that? That's why you got to get this stuff cleaned. Look, see there? It's all over. That's why you got to need to get this cleaned and prepped properly. So I'll pull this off, and see, it looks a little tired. Somebody left that on last time they painted, right? See there? There's a little bit of paint on there. Here's some more right here. Getting you too close. See there? There's some more. Here's some more paint on there. It just looks old, doesn't it? So I'll get some new weather stripping. I can leave that off for now, you know, after I get it painted, and then I'll let this paint cure, the new paint that I put back on here. I'll get it cured properly. And you see this? I'm going to have to leave that. I'll have to paint around that, or I'm going to have to pull that off carefully and put it back on. I don't know if I want to take that off. Usually the tags they'll put on the side of the door jamb. So, but this one they put up here. Obviously you don't see that until the door is open. But usually you'll see them on the side. See here's the one on the side of the door. This is a 20-minute rated door, and a 20-minute rated door frame. See, 20-minute rating, and listed fire door frame, and this is listed a fire door because it goes from the condo to the garage. Okay, so I'll have to paint around, cut in around those. Oh well, I can do it, and then I can wipe off any excess later. It'll be fine. Okay, so that's something else I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to think real carefully and strategically. Once I get all the other stuff ready, I'm going to get this room all set up. And right before I want to get ready to paint those doors, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get this one off. I'm going to take everything off. I'm going to take it out there. I'm going to sand, clean it with simple green, then prep it and sand it, wipe it down, get it all ready. And I'll do that in an afternoon. Then I'll set it in there, let's say, and then get ready to paint the next morning. You know, I can do something like that, or I can do it the next morning. You know, I could take this off and leave just the hinges. No, I was thinking I could sand it and prep it, do everything with the hinges in place, and then take those off first thing in the morning and take the door off, and the door will already be clean, sanded, and all that. And I can do that all in place. I mean, that's another option you can do. And get it ready that way. Then the next morning, all I have to do, then I can leave this deadbolt on here for one extra night, let's say. Then the next morning, just take the 2 hinges off, and away I go, start painting. And then this door is still going to be off no matter what I do. It's still going to be off for 2 or 3 days until I decide that this is ready to be put back on. After I get done painting all the doors, the first door jamb I'm going to paint is this one here, so it can start drying before I start painting all the other ones. I can still paint the other ones the same day, but I'll do this one first. You see what I'm saying? And so, yes, is there a right and wrong way to do things in a game plan? Yeah, but don't get discouraged. You know, I'm giving you a lot of information here, and I'm not perfect at it. And there's some things I need to learn. There's different things. Is there 3 different ways to do this project? Yeah, there's probably 8 different ways to do this project. I'm just showing you one. Okay.